Oh, wow. I have never seen Kyrie that angry before, like, ever. Kyrie's pretty level-headed. I mean, I've seen clips where he's, like, meditating courtside on his knees, like, pre-game. Like, that's a pretty common collective guy. I've never seen him that upset before. That's wild. I've never, ever seen that. Shout out the Basquiat jerseys. Shout out the Basquiat court. Shout out the Brooklyn Nets shirt. Like the video, all that foolishness. This will more than likely be my most real video I'm gonna post this entire season. It's very, very possible. This video is for Nets fans. If you're a Laker fan trying to get your shit off or whatever, have a ball. Good game, I guess. Do your thing, because Lord have mercy, if we won, I was dropping that part 2 to the Laker diss track, but that's not here nor there. But we really got to talk about a lot of different things today. So we'll start with surface level stuff, and then we'll get to like the stuff that really matters. Strap yourself in. This might be a long video. Number one, the feeling I have after this game is very similar to the game we had against the 76ers, where we lost in the beginning of the season. It's a very similar vibe. And while it sucks as far as bragging rights go, and how I always say a dub is a dub, and what everyone talks about in the morning is who won and who lost, not by how much, not by blah, blah, blah. It's all about who won and who lost. So the feeling sucks, but it's all right. They're going to lose a game every now and again. Let's not forget everything we just talked about in the last video. I think we're still the number 1 seed. I don't know what happened with Philly. I'm not quite sure, but if we're tied or whatever, they're still the number 1 seed. Nothing changed. They just lost a game. It's okay. They can lose a game every now and again. We've established that they've been playing like shit lately, and it honestly continued. Again, was another situation where if they fucked around and won, just like the Bulls game, if they fucked around and won, I was going to be like, what the hell do I even say? Because they've just been playing so miserable lately. It's just, it's incredible that we are this good. But okay, they lost the game. All right. For those of you who are watching on ESPN, I know it must have been rough listening to the commentators just talking shit. But I mean, it is what it is. They don't watch the games. Like, let them get their shits off. It is what it is. Because again, if we would have won the game, they would have talked shit about us regardless. And so they didn't have LeBron. They should have got hurt. And blah, blah, blah. So let's get that part out of the way. Number 3. I think I'm on 3. I might be on 2. I feel like Joe Biden. I don't know what number I'm on here, but though Laker fans are going to light us the hell up for the next 48 hours and possibly the remainder of the season, I get that. It's going to be rough. It sucks. But let me tell you from personal experience, Laker fans trolling ain't shit. There is no fan base more toxic on this earth than Knicks fans. And yes, I'm dropping names tonight. There's nothing more toxic than a New York Knicks fan. Read the comments on any of my videos over the last year. There is nothing more blatantly toxic than a New York Knicks fan. I would much rather get blown out by the Lakers with no LeBron and Anthony Davis than, Lord have mercy, if we lost any of these games to the Knicks. So seriously, it could be a whole lot worse. Let them Laker fans do what they do. They done been through a lot. They lost Kobe. They're in a very difficult time. So if they want to get their shit off, who gives a fuck? Cool. Just be happy that we didn't lose to the fucking Knicks, because God, the toxicity. Now let's get to the real serious shit for Nets fans. Nets fans. I got all the surface level shit out of the way. And when I say things like surface level, again, I'm going to explain everything tonight because I want to make this as transparent as humanly possible. Transparent means straightforward. When I say surface level stuff, I'm talking about the gimmicky bullshit type stuff, right? What's the headline? What's the story? What's the narrative? all that type of stuff. That's your surface level content on the very top. We're going to dive deeper and really have a conversation about what we saw tonight. When Kyrie Irving got thrown out of the game for whatever the hell happened with Schroeder, it felt a lot like the Carmelo Anthony Kevin Garnett thing, where it was just like out of nowhere, they're just at each other's necks. So I don't know what the fuck happened. ESPN wasn't showing us the proper clips. If you're watching on Yes, please tell me what happened, because I don't know what the fuck happened. We'll just have to wait until the interviews, I guess, because I'm sure Kyrie gonna give it up. I'm sure Kyrie gonna give it up, and he's probably doing it right now as I'm recording this video, so fill me in down below. But when Kyrie was ejected along with Schroeder, I said, oh, we just lost this fucking game. Now, again, Laker fans can throw out there on this surface level tip of, oh, but we lost Schroeder. What's your excuse? Y'all's team ain't like ours. And a lot of other teams are not like how the Nets are. The Nets are, like, predicated on, like, our entire game plan is attacking point guard, drive and kick. Pick and roll, all that. Like, it's that simple line of attack that they've been preaching all year long. When the players in free agency come over to us and say things like, it's not that difficult, it's just basketball. When Kevin Durant comes back and says, it's not that difficult, it's just basketball, Kyrie, Harden, all of them, they literally mean that. If you're watching, really watching these games, they play a very, very simple style of play. It's not rocket science what they're doing out there. It's not the triangle. It's just point guard attacks the paint or shoots a three from half court and gets other people involved if they collapse or double. That's really the extent of what they do. It's like and I'm saying hypothetically because it's not the case, but hypothetically, we go back over to the Gundam example. All of these players are weapons, and the pilot is Steve Nash. So imagine the Brooklyn Nets, talent-wise and player-wise, as a Gundam, right? You got fucking Kevin Durant as a beam saber, right? You got Kyrie Irving as a beam rifle. Like, you feel me? Like it's Harden the heated whip. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these cool weapons. You've got these Gatling guns coming out the shoulders or whatever. That's like Shamit and Joe Harris and shit like that. You feel me? Claxton's the big ass cool shield. Like, you know what I mean? And the pilot, hypothetically, is Steve Nash. So you've got all these weapons in this outfit, in this weapon, in this ship, in this cruiser, in this mech, in this whatever you want to call the Nets in this example. But it's running the zero system. Like, if I know I'm like totally just weebing out here, but it's running the zero system. You feel me? It's running that Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni system. So when the point guard is gone, and no offense to Chioza, you know I love Chris, but when the point guard is gone, you just got a robot out there with no fucking pilot, and we're on, like, Evangelion mode. Like, you feel me? Like, now it's just a fucking rogue angel. And again, I know I am, like, nerding the hell out, and a lot of y'all don't watch anime, so you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but let's break it down even further. In the example I just named, Steve Nash is the pilot, right? Let's get out of the example part and let's apply this to real life, a real life application. Steve Nash doesn't do a goddamn thing. It might be his system, but the players are running it. And when you don't have James Harden out there, it's like you're down a coach and you got assistant coach Kyrie Irving running the team. So what happens when now the assistant coach is gone? Who the fuck was out there running the team? Jeff Green? Like, you feel me? When it's like we didn't have a coach, because Nash doesn't do shit. Nash isn't doing a goddamn thing. So when you lose Kyrie Irving, and you don't have James Harden. That's what's running the team. When that shit's gone, what the fuck did we think was going to happen? And no offense to KD, I know y'all love Kevin Durant, and hey, shout out Kevin Durant, but I've never seen him as like the floor general that's going to take over or something. It's like if you take Chris Paul off the Suns, that's how that shit's working. That's like if you take Steve Nash off the Suns, right? That's how that shit was working. That's like if you take Jason Kidd off of the Nets from back in the day. That's the game plan. That's how that shit is being run. And it's bad enough when you don't have James Harden. But you take away Kyrie Irving too? And he just got poor Chios out there? And again, a coach that's actually doing something would be able to say, okay, I got to call a timeout. I got to get my guys under control. I got to talk to Cheese. I got to talk to Bruce Brown. I got to talk to Joe Harris. I got to talk to Shaman and them. And I got to get them to understand, okay, so now I need you to get the Blankety Blakes and LaMarcus Aldridge involved so they can take over. Because again, what the fuck are they out there for if you're not going to use them? Don't fucking give Blake Griffin the ball into a triple team, Kevin Durant. But again, that's what happens when you don't have a coach who's going to draw up a play to get easy looks for your other, your other players. Joe Harris didn't even get a fucking 3 off tonight. He didn't even get a fucking 3 off tonight because there was no one out there running the team. And you know Steve Nash ain't doing a goddamn thing on that bench. To someone who doesn't watch the games, or to someone, and I hate saying this because I hate how it sounds, so cringy, but to some people who don't fucking understand basketball, this might seem like 7-man just been copping pleas for 15 minutes. No, I'm telling you how the Brooklyn Nets work. And is it a flawed system? Yeah, no one's denying that. Just like with the D'Antoni Rockets, they live and die by 3. That's just how that shit goes, right? You live and die by that shit. You got the Spurs, they live and die by their like weird version of the triangle that they do down there, right? Phil Jackson's teams, you know, the Bulls, Lakers, live and die by the triangle. When it works, it's awesome, but when it doesn't... And when you take away the key component of 7 seconds or less in the 2021 era, when you take out the fucking point guards, what the fuck did you expect? That's the part of the team that I've never been comfortable with. Again, when they win, who gives a fuck? But that is the aspect of the team that I've been concerned about. Not the defense, not the chemistry, not all that bullshit. Because I actually watch the fucking games. So I don't jump from talking point to talking point. Ooh, are they going to be healthy? I don't even think about that shit. I think about games like this, where what the fuck, what would we do if something happens to Kyrie and Harden? I'll take it back even, and again, this is for them real Nets fans, because I'm telling y'all what I'm watching out here. We lost Spencer Dinwiddie too. Spence would be out there picking up the slack in this department. And again, not because star power, not because of name brand, because of the system that we run. You can't do it without a real point guard out there. And a real point guard. Not a shooting guard. A real fucking point guard. We're getting away with murder if Kyrie's out there doing it. And really, Kyrie's not. He's really not. He might get you 12 assists, but he's really not doing the Harden-y shit. He's really not running anything. He's just scoring a shit ton, and if they double, he kicks it out. Which is the plan, but y'all know how James Harden does this shit. It's a difference. That's why they push that motherfucker over to shooting guard. That was one of the things that made Karis LeVert so impactful in the bubble. So that's why we lost this game. The second Kyrie got thrown out, I said, oh, it's a wrap. But again, I watch the games. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you watch the games too. Let the media talk about defense. Let the Lakers fans talk about chemistry and who was hurt and who wasn't. Let these people who don't watch the games get their shits off. Because when we go on a 7-game win streak, again, and we're still the number 1 seed in the East, again, they still won't give it up. They'll still hate on us. They'll still talk shit. And they'll still, which is just crazy because it's like these motherfuckers be exposing that they're not watching. But let them do they shit, man. Let them do they shit. Please don't freak out over this game. Please don't freak out. They'll be fine. They're going to lose a game every now and again. Again, I just explained to you how it is that they play. So if those specific factors are in play, or Lord have mercy, Kyrie's missing his shot, it's going to be some rough times. Katie's just coming back too. Relax. It's okay. They'll be fine. They'll go win 4 more games, and then we'll be back to posting memes again. So don't take it too hard. I know it's a little late in the video to say that, but yeah. I won't be as analytical in future videos, but I felt like tonight was a great example. Because it goes back to what I said the other day. They don't lose often, so I don't have a chance to really get these points off. But when they do, it's always like, okay, good. I get to really analyze this shit tonight. It's not just, oh, who's going to stop us? A dub is a dub. I really get to analyze this shit. And I really get to talk to y'all about what the fuck is going on and what we're watching. So it sucks that we lost, but at the same time, it was nice to get on here and really get that shit out to explain what it is that we're doing. And hopefully some of the things that I say on camera is helping y'all in the real world too. When these analytical ass plus minus 12-year-olds are coming at you, be it in real life or on social media and shit, feel free to say some of the shit that we talk about on this channel. That's free ammunition. Shoot back at them motherfuckers. One last thing I'll say. If y'all are active on Twitter and you're just getting trolled to hell, just remember, and I know this is very ageist of me, but it is what it is. Just remember you're probably arguing with a 12-year-old. I know that sounds overcooked or it's something that's said a shit ton, but it's factual. That's the advice I give to other YouTubers or other musicians or shit. But if you're arguing with someone online, they're probably 12. You know? So just think about that. Just think about that. It'll be all right. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I don't know when our next game is, but I'll see y'all then. I'm going to go catch the first night of Damn, it's 11 o'clock. Fuck! I'm going to be a zombie at work tomorrow. I'm going to go catch the first night of WrestleMania. Hopefully, Sasha Banks won. Because, no offense to Bianca Belair, but I feel like it's boss time as fuck right now. But I'm going to go check that out. Talk to y'all later. Hey!